Hello everyone, this is a video that my buddy last night told me he expected to see up today. Because last time me and him got a chance to go watch a movie, immediately afterwards we came back to my house and we made a fucking video about how awesome that movie was. And I finally got the chance to go watch Dark Knight Rises. And for anyone who doesn't know, even though if you keep up with my channel you should know that I'm a fan of Batman, should know how excited I was to go watch this movie. Now, there's going to be a point in this video where I'm going to put up a giant fucking spoiler tag, and at that point, you might want to click off of the video, because I'm going to spoil a few things, because there's a few things that I want to cover that just go way out there and do spoil some shit, because it kind of pissed me off in a good way, and it's strange to be able to get pissed off in a good way about something. Really, it is. So, initial thoughts on the movie? It was fucking fantastic. It was fucking awesome. If you have not seen Dark Knight Rises, get off your goddamn ass. Go out to the fucking movie theater. I don't care what time it is. They were having showings at midnight still. Go watch it. It's worth it. Dear God, I wasn't home until after 1:30 this morning after watching that movie, and it was very much worth staying out till 1:30 in the morning to watch this movie. Good Lord, it was awesome. But one of the things people are going to probably ask about is how does it compare to The Dark Knight? And this is something I thought about because it's actually kind of hard to compare these two. Because after you watch Dark Knight Rises, you realize The Dark Knight was really nothing more than a 2.5 hour plot development. That's all it really was. It was build up for The Dark Knight Rises. That's all it really was. So it's really hard to compare these two to say, okay, this one was better, this one wasn't as good. It's hard to do that because they're graded on two completely different levels at this point. And comparing the villains between the Joker and Bane, because you got two completely different villains. You got one, aka the Joker, who just wants to see chaos everywhere. You know, put a little chaos into the system. And you got Bane, who is a very calculating villain. And I love that they actually kept that with regards to the original conception of Bane, who is very calculating and very intelligent. And he is. He's very calculating. Everything is planned out, and everything, fuck, it's hard to keep up with him. He's like, if you will, the Moriarty of the Batman universe. You know how Moriarty was always, for the most part, a step ahead of Sherlock. And the whole Sherlock Holmes series, if you read the books and not just seen the movie, he was always kind of a step ahead of Sherlock. He's kind of that for Batman, if you will. But in comparing those two, and I thought about it, I would actually have to go off and say that Dark Knight Rises is actually slightly better. It really is. It is slightly better. The pacing is a little bit better in The Dark Knight Rises, and the whole sections of, say, Alfred, you know how in Dark Knight, Alfred had tons of dialogue where he just monologued and monologued and monologued and monologued, and you start going, okay, Alfred, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. He only does that once in The Dark Knight Rises. So, that was a huge point upwards. The whole gruffy Batman voice is still there in The Dark Knight Rises, but Christian Bale toned it down just a tad. It's not nearly as annoying as it was. You don't hardly see the Batman. Really, you don't. He has 3 sections of the movie that the Batman is actually there. He was there a lot during Dark Knight Rises, or during Dark Knight, but in Dark Knight Rises, the Batman himself is hardly in the movie at all. There's only 3 key sections that he's in the movie. And it's pretty much the end of the first act, right at the beginning of the second act, and at the end of the third act. And The Dark Knight, he was everywhere. So it kind of put more of that whole, area of secrecy, the shadows on Batman, kind of what he's supposed to be. I like that. And so there was a lot of elements that actually kind of makes The Dark Knight Rises a better movie, especially when going with a Batman movie. So I do enjoy that. And they spend a lot more time building around character, doing more character development within this one, which is strange since they had a whole 2.5 hour movie beforehand to do that, but they killed off most of the characters in that one. So they had to build up new characters in this one. So honestly, I think Dark Knight Rises was better than Dark Knight. And don't get me wrong, Dark Knight is a fantastic fucking movie. I have that in my DVD collection. I love it. I watch it all the fucking time. Heath Ledger, one of the few times I've actually liked him as an actor. Seriously. But here's where the spoiler tag comes. So, if you haven't seen the movie, you've got my initial thoughts, you've got my initial reaction, telling you that Dark Knight Rises, I feel, is better than The Dark Knight. You need to go watch it. And if you haven't, please, I implore you to click off of here. Click the dislike button if you want. I don't care because I'm giving spoilers. And this is just for people who've seen the fucking movie, because you don't want me ruining this shit. You don't want me ruining a few things here because there's one particular part that made me go, fuck you, Christopher Nolan. Fuck you. So, I'm going to give you a couple seconds to click that back button. Spoiler tags. Spoiler tags out the ass. So everyone should know that throughout the entire production of this fucking movie, that Christopher Nolan has made it very clear there's not going to be anyone with the fucking R on their chest. There's no R's on any suits in this movie, aka saying there is no Robin in this. And he's made it very clear, this is the last movie in the series. This is the last movie in the trilogy. We're done. This is a trilogy. After this, it's done. I'm not making any more. So I'm sitting there going, okay, yeah, Christopher Nolan, I trust you not to leave this with an ending that makes me go, fuck you, for saying this is just a trilogy. But he did just the exact fucking opposite. Just the exact fucking opposite! And all of you who are still watching this, I hope you have seen the movie through its completion. The character, the guy who is a police officer at the beginning of the movie, becomes a detective, and at the end decides to throw it down. The Batman tells him, that Bruce tells him, that if you're going to work alone, you should wear a mask. His name is fucking Robin? Seriously? Robin? You're going to do this shit? And then you're going to have him showing up in the Batcave and a platform lifting him up to where you know he's going to find a bat suit? Or, dear God, help me, a Robin suit or something of that sort? Fuck you, Christopher Nolan. And to leave it off where Bruce Wayne did not die, he's still alive, which I expected anyway, but still, to say that this is it? This is the end? You introduce a Robin? You make Selena Kyle a pretty fucking powerful character? You leave it where we could have the dynamic duo? We could have Batman. We could have Robin. Hell, even Robin could skip being Robin and go straight to being Nightwing. But no! You have to end the movie like this and say, we're done! Fuck you guys! Are you fucking kidding me, Christopher Nolan? Fuck you, dude! You make such an amazing fucking movie, and then you end it in a way that's just like, you've got to make another one! And you're just like, no, fuck you, no more movies! I hate you, sir. I hate you for making a wonderful movie and then pissing me off at the ending. Not because it was a bad ending, but because it left it open for another sequel. You could so easily bring in the Riddler and make it a movie about the Riddler. You could easily do that. And I'd be fine with you completely changing the story behind Robin and have him not being an acrobat, which you've already fucking done, and bringing him in. His parents don't have to be killed by the Two-Face, and that's fine, because, well, you've already killed Two-Face in your series. Dude, fuck you. And why didn't you just call him Dick? Might as well have just called him Dick Grayson. I don't know. I understand you wanted to make it like an M. Night Shyamalan twist at the end, which is better than any M. Night Shyamalan twist ever, even though I kind of saw it coming. But still, you could have called him Dick or Richard or something. Just call him Richard. Because for some reason people think Dick is short for Richard. I never did get that shit. Like Bill being short for William. Yeah, I didn't get that. But I digress. And the whole idea, there's a football player. I don't know how many people notice this, how big of a nerd you fucking are. But one of the football players during the football scene, yes, there's the one that has the name of the original 1960s actor for Robin. Yeah, there's one that has his name on the back. That's the football player's name. And then there was another one that I noticed that they focused on like 2 or 3 times during that scene. This name was Raven Star. I was sitting there going, wait. Raven Star. Raven and Starfire? Dude, seriously, Christopher Nolan, are you going to fuck us like this? Are you really going to do this shit? Put these subliminal little messages going, will there be a Teen Titans movie? Could there be? Could there be? I don't know. I don't know, very good. They just bring in a fucking character named Robin. I'm surprised you didn't bring in a fucking Beast Boy reference somewhere and a Cyborg reference somewhere. Dude, Christopher Nolan, you're a dick. For making a wonderful movie, putting all these little subliminal messages in here, putting in all these little open-ended things, and then saying, I'm done. Just to turn around and start helping with the production of another Batman movie that reboots the series to set it up for the Justice League. Yeah, people, it's happening. Christopher Nolan is working with someone, not directing it, but is one of the producers for another movie that is Batman for the Justice League movie. They're rebooting the Batman again. It's going to be hard to top what Christopher Nolan's done. But he's topped himself every time. He topped himself when he made Dark Knight, and he's topped himself again when he made Dark Knight Rises. So, fuck. Christopher Nolan, you're an ass. You really fucking are. Go watch this fucking movie, people. Go watch The Dark Knight Rises. I'm watching it again next weekend. Because I told my wife I'm having a guy's night, and me and my buddy went and watched it. Me and my buddy Cody, you've seen him before. He's been in one of my commentaries before. We went and watched it. And she was kind of upset because I didn't take her with us. I'm like, no, this is guys' night, please, come on. So I'm taking her next weekend before she goes out of town for Nebraska for like 3 weeks, and we're going to go watch Dark Knight Rises again, and that's going to be awesome. So, yeah, this is the Professor. Go watch Dark Knight Rises, god damn it! And Christopher Nolan, fuck you! Dark Knight Rises, 2 fucking thumbs up! 5 stars, gold medal, hello Olympics. It just fuck Robin and Batman and Catwoman and gonna bring in. You can bring in Riddler and just fucking. You bring in the Penguin and Mr. Freeze and actually do a good version of Mr. Freeze and like the fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger character and just can't believe they fucking did that shit. Cannot believe he fucking brought in a goddamn Robin. And just ended it there. Just, fuck you guys. Fuck you guys, I'm done. Hey, yeah, I brought in a Robin. He's in the Batcave, you know. He's going to do something. Either he's going to work on his own. Maybe he could be a Nightwing. I don't know. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool, you know, bring in Nightwing, yeah. Have Nightwing running around Gotham, you know, and then Batman meets Nightwing. Like, hey, fuck, who are you? Oh, wait, I know who you are. And then Batman and Nightwing are working with each other, you know, but kicking some ass, and then Selena Kyle comes out and fucks Batman, which, fuck, has happened before, and just shit. That movie was fucking awesome. Totally fucking